Bode.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Mike, welcome to 140. Yeah, this is just 140. That's the name of the game. It was such an assault to the senses for me. When I saw this, I'm like, is something gonna happen? Do I have to press the button? But it's a nice geometric game, and I think you're gonna enjoy this. But
you love to send the geometry after me, don't you, Johnny?
I do. I know what you like, and I know what can hunt you down. So you're a square. When you move, you're a circle. When you jump, you're a triangle. But those are just cosmetic. You want to see what this shit really does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got these little things. And I can go into this thing.
What?
This is a music-based rhythm platformer, which is hard to describe, but maybe you'll get like used to it.
Let's get funky.
Let's get funky. Somebody when they reviewed this game, they said it's more like an hour-long soundtrack than a game. And maybe that'll become apparent when we get through more of it. If something comes up on the mic in the background audio, that's okay because Mike needs to hear this. Oh, very nice, solid colors.
Okay.
And then we activate.
Okay, so those are the checkpoints.
Yep.
All right.
Everything moves in time to this 4-beat. Maybe an 8-beat, maybe the 8th notes, but the point is you can wait.
I take it the beat is going to get more complicated as...
well, kind of. I played this game enough to know that you're going to enjoy it, and I stopped. But look at these solid fucking colors. Oh my god, how dare they use solid fucking colors. Here you go. There.
Don't you fucking blend.
There. Yeah, don't blend. That would ruin the artistic integrity of this. I missed it. Where is it? Fuck! See, I was off the beat. Blat.
Wait, you have to do what?
These are keys to get to places.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we got that. And it's gonna just change the colors gently. It won't affect anything.
So, okay, I have to ask if what triggers the thought of, ooh, Mike would love this game. What is it? What kind of game makes you go, oh, I have to show this to Josh?
Weird games that evoke a time period. We have a game coming down the pipe called Squidlet, which is a game that the creators deliberately tried to tell people is made off of just Game Boy level hardware. So on purpose, they tried to make sure that it's weird because with Josh plays all our default games, our wacky things. Again, it was not to say like there are some games that would be better with us, and some games that would be better with Josh.
So okay, what are the games that make you go, oh, I have to play this with Haley?
Dream Daddy, but you were there. You took the bullet for me. Oh, we have it. Okay, so we have this. Wait, fuck. Listen. When I die, there's 2 beats of just really distorted static. So
what are the kind of games that make you think of either me or Josh or Haley? They will hate this.
I try to stay away with you. I try to stay away with you anything that is motion sensitive. Anything in first person.
Yeah, I get.
With my wife, I try to stay.
Sickness.
Yeah, I try to stay away from any like. We're about to play a game where my wife looks at it and is like, "Is that all you do?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because that's boring as hell. I'm like, "Okay, babe."
It's one thing I love about Haley. She will tell you exactly what's on her mind.
It was so fucking funny. We weren't in the mood to do anything intelligent, so we wanted to watch something we had watched before. And I was casually watching, but she was watching because she had seen it. The 1952 Disney movie 101 Dalmatians.
It's from 1952?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking old.
Anyway.
A second, this is complex. There we go. And she was like admiring it. She wasn't gaga over it, but she's like, this is really good. And just casually, I've asked my wife, babe, what do you think about the live action remake? She goes, it sucks a hot dick. With that attitude.
Is it weird that, okay, I've seen the live action remake, but all I can remember about that movie is I realized, oh, that's the poster. I don't remember the movie at all.
I definitely very vividly remember the poster, yeah.
I just remember Corilla DeWitt, whatever the fuck, DeVille. In a stance. I'm like, oh my god, that's not a scene. That's the poster.
Yeah, it is. It's like a cheaper by the dozen poster. So what shocks me is I learned a lot of background information about this. And hold on a second, I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. What gets me about 101 Dalmatians? A couple things. Number one, is that people that like fur generally see her as the hero, which is weird.
That
like you,
okay.
Like you get it, but
really,
yeah, like they're like, oh, she's kind of cool. Like she stands for our culture and our interests. That makes me sad. Here's a fun one.
She wants to murder puppies.
Yeah, I know, right? I believe it's Iranian or Italian. One of them uses, instead of Cruella de Vil, they say Cruella de Vil, because de Vil is a French word stolen from Russian, which means dumbass. So they're basically like Cruella dumbass.
Cruella dumbass.
I just imagine a bunch of like really innocent. Oh fuck! I gotta actually remember the beat. Ah fuck! I kind of clipped it.
I would love to see a bunch of French children snicker.
Yeah.
Just okay.
Shit.
What did you say that Josh would hate?
He I don't think
I want to know what are his spots. What are like the things that piss him off?
I don't think he really outright hates anything. I think we try to pick things that people will unironically like because the hate watch is too prevalent. And I don't like that.
Dare I ask what pisses Johnny off?
That's a good question. Unnecessary story elements that impede really interesting gameplay. Am I shitty for saying that?
What is the origin story of the square, circle, triangle?
Well, I want you to take one guess why it's called 140.
Something about...
Because 1, 4, and 0 are a rectangle, triangle, and square.
Say that again?
The numbers in the title screen, let me show you. 140 is a square, a triangle, and a circle.
Oh!
That's like LMNOP levels of like elegance.
Yeah, okay, I like that now.
It's really good.
That's good.
And honestly, I was just playing it randomly. I'm like, what the fuck is it? Maybe because there's like 140 things to collect or whatever. No, not even that difficult. I got this black. Come here. Yeah, I don't want you to like geek out. I'm dead. I don't want you to geek out about like anything that. I want you to force it. Is the point? Let's just chill out and play this like.
No, there's secret codes everywhere, Johnny. So who really killed JFK? Tell me, Triangle.
Guys, would you like us to go back? No, don't. Would you like us to go back and play a game called, I think it's called John F. Kennedy Murder Simulator?
I think that was the first game
I ever tried to play with you.
Yeah, you just, I was not prepared. Oh god, that was a bad one.
I had way less tact back then, so I was like, guys, Kennedy's wife does not like this game.
All right. Here we go now.
You don't have to be cool about it. You see,
I can't. I have no sense of rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, but
like, have you ever noticed every time I try to fit words to a rhythm and a beat, it's like, what? Too many syllables.
Yep. Oh, this gets brutal later. But it's a short one, so oops, shit. You see, fuck that shit. Part of the reason that
like a long, melodious, unending prose
you
style.
and I have to play Journey together. It's absolutely your fucking cup of tea. Imagine if they made Nostalgia into or imagine if they made Stalker into like a nice ambient.
I gotta show you Nostalgia.
I've seen it, but I always get it confused with Stalker.
When did you see Nostalgia?
I've seen them both. Which one ends with the fire burning down the building?
That was Sacrifice.
Fuck.
That's the last Tarkovsky film.
Ingmar Bergman maybe like, me and Samoa Joe, we're gonna fight. We're gonna make movies of sacrifice.
Yeah, Nostalgia is about a Russian translator who's in Italy, and he meets this oddly enough the same actor who plays the old guy in Sacrifice.
Okay.
Plays a crazy guy in Nostalgia, who is convinced that he to awaken people to a sense of international solidarity to stop World War III, that he must burn himself alive.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah, he's a little.
I want to start a show called Metal History because that's kind of fucking. I've been thinking about that a lot recently.
You've been. Things you've been. Okay, when we first saw each other today, Randall was talking about Virginia Woolf, and she committed suicide by filling her pockets with stones and jumping off a bridge. And your reaction was, "That's dope as fuck."
It's like Ophelia, but with like some extra edge. I was watching. We film. Who knows when it'll come out? The podcast for Eat My Ass. The podcast for Ingmar Bergman's Seventh Deadly Sin Virgins.
This Virgin Spring.
Never mind. I'm in the middle of trying this artistic game. And it's like, oh, dude, this is so fucking metal. You can make a thing out of it. Like, you don't see violence. Oh, we did it in old games like that.
In old games?
Yeah, it's the similar medium.
The combination of violence and
Silence.
Quiet meditation is so uncanny in that movie. Well, we were already talking about it.
I'm following. If there's one thing I have against this, it's that it is a it's a little, I don't want to say geometric because that sounds shitty, but it feels
and kind of there's like air in the room. Did you know that?
Yeah, it feels kind of like it could be a sorry if I go quiet, that's me trying to figure out the 4-beat.
Let me see what you were trying to say. I'm gonna guess. Could it be? It feels like one of those games that was programmed in 2 days.
You know, well, that is a good point. It feels a little bit like a Flash game.
Okay.
And, no, it's very
I actually meant that
obvious.
with a compliment. I was like, this is.
Honestly, in terms of what you get out of this in 2 days, great, fantastic. Bow. This also is like a really cool, what's your favorite color test I found, because you get to like go through a couple of color palettes, and I found a really fucking pretty one that was basically like dark blue and bright yellow. It does not help that those were my wedding colors, but you know, I can be biased.
That was my jam. Has a lot of connotations with this game.
We're here basically eat shit. All of music.
Sequence of pitches.
Yeah. They say like if art is manipulating shit, fuck you. If art is manipulating space, music is decorating time.
I think that there's this wonderful there's this wonderful fake platonic dialogue by Paul Valéry.
Excuse me, fake?
It's a fake platonic dialogue. He pretends that he's
having
Plato.
a Plato. Oh, okay. He's cosplaying as Plato.
Yeah, and there's this architect named Eupalinos, and he said, I wish I would have been a musician, because music is architecture in time.
I think I actually have heard that. It's dope as hell.
I love that sculpting geometric figures, but ephemeral patterns in time.
Before Owl City, the 2011 like heartthrob electronic band turned to shit.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He honestly, it was my favorite band the day I fell in love with my wife, which is a shame.
Aww.
Which is a shame because I loved it so much. He had a song on his EP, Maybe I'm Dreaming, called what was it called? It was called Designer Skyline. About how this architect can turn numbers into these beautiful buildings on the side of the skyscraper.
Oh,
it's one of my favorite songs of his, and I think that his nailing point was Maybe I'm Dreaming, and then his first LP, Ocean Eyes. Done.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Do you ever play a game and then you like as you're blinking you realize I'm fucked?
Yes, very, very much.
Thank you. I'm glad.
For me, this is a perfect game to watch someone else play. This is really mesmerizing.
Yeah, it's got a very Tetris effect, but that's not the right word.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Yeah, go for it.
When you see the visualizations of sound and beats in like in the background right there, or when like Windows Media Player has the bars going up and down, up and down, up and down, what do those bars signify?
It's usually pitch. Fuck me. It's usually
it like a Fourier transform? Like this is the amplitude of that particular frequency in the sound.
So a note, usually a chord, is you hitting 3 or more notes at once, which is why multiple ones are spiking there. It may also be that this is an incredibly layered beat, so those hi-hats may be hitting a different layer than the.
But what does a single bar mean?
It's a certain frequency.
So it is a Fourier transform.
Sure.
Oh, okay. I learned.
As you get older, you're starting to think, oh shit, I am getting really old, because certain like this is don't you feel old now memes, they start really applying to you, and it's scary. He goes, how old am I? This is how old I am. And it's a still frame of that Windows Media Player that had the wobbly waves.
Oh god, I remember that. So
see, the encroaching wall of time, it comes for all of us.
Well, okay. In the mid '90s, my family had the Windows 95, and those screensavers, which either it was the candy cane pipes that would
the pipes. I also remember the
or this polyhedron.
Yeah, that would kind of expand. Yeah,
it would turn in. It would go from tetrahedrons, cubes, or to stellar something's starry thingies. I don't know what the fucking term is. It's because I know what Fourier transform means. Doesn't mean I know it.
If you know one science term, you gotta know all of them. Enough with this maybe I'm good enough shit. Do you think if John Nash said to Frederick Euler, yeah, that was pretty good, you'd be like, he would go home and he would say, yeah, I think I was pretty damn good. And then we wouldn't have a guy that died at 21.
Speaking of, okay.
Sorry, that got really real.
Okay, I've heard that, or I've listened to an interview that John Conway hates the game of life.
Yeah,
does Nash hate the economics thing?
No,
the game theory
he's
thing?
A cool dude.
I know, but that's
okay. Number one, he can't hate stuff because he died in a car crash. Dead people can't hate stuff.
That's what he's most known for.
Yes, it is.
But he also was a brilliant mathematician in differential geometry and topology and other branches of mathematics. Just when people brought up his game theory contributions, was he like, dude, I wrote it down on a napkin.
Hey, are you that guy from Horsing Around?
Do you have any idea?
No, I have no idea about his personal life. I just know he was going too fast in a car and then it had a wreck.
I like listening to, well, first off, there's something extremely charming about John Conway in interviews. He has a very nice, soothing, ASMR voice.
Oh yeah, they interviewed him before he died. No, Conway that was.
Yeah, and just the realization that all the other stuff that he did, he's done stuff in extremely complicated group theory. He discovered
this right here is my favorite palette.
Ooh,
shit!
Nice.
Go ahead.
He discovered the surreal numbers, which is a huge it makes the real numbers look like nothing, and all these other things, and then people go, but that computer simulation, yeah, I know, it's we discovered all of it. We proved everything about it well before it was ever simulated. I don't care.
I hate it when people say oh, game theory, that's just a fun side project for blah, 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 blah. And
well, actually, he discussed the guy apparently that that book over there, Numbers and Games.
Yeah.
He found the surreal numbers through game theory.
Oops! I accidentally advanced math.
Yeah, he was trying to prove something about hack and slash, and whatever it is, and through discovering a proof, he found a system of numbers that is unbelievably large. It's beyond the cardinality of the continuum or everything else, all the other infinities you can think of.
Eat shit. Not you. I'm just trying to. This requires more of my concentration than I was willing to admit. Eat shit. Okay, that has been 140. Strike it off. One of the 100 games that I wanted you to play 2 months ago.
You have a list of 100 games?
No. I wrote down the first 100 cool looking games that I came up with.
Oh, okay.
And then I came up with that. Not that I wasn't scouring all gaming review websites looking for something.
I don't know, 100 out of all games ever made. That's got to be what, 50, 70%?
It's a pretty fucking small fraction.